Liberty. There is meaning in the misspelling. Our name is a Latin word that means freed people. That is the marvelous new reality that Jesus has given us. Freedom. That is the good news that we proclaim week in and week out. That is the message that we want the whole world to know, that those who the Son sets free are free indeed. In February of 2015, after a couple months of gathering in a living room, Liberti Church began. In 2017, we got to send out our first church plant in Coomera, as well as revitalize another church plant in Mermaid Beach that became a part of our family of churches. From the very earliest gatherings, we saw a church that was all about Jesus, that worshipped with joy, that was committed to one another in community, and that gladly embraced their identity as a sent people living on God's mission. Jesus, joy, community, mission. In 2019, we moved into our first home at Indy Court, a former roofing supplies warehouse that we turned into a church. Despite the pandemic and lockdowns that would follow over the coming years, our church continued to grow. We went from one service on a Sunday to 2 services, and before long to 3. By the end of 2023, we were bursting at the seams and knew we needed to find a space for our long-term home. A conversation began with a church just a few minutes down the highway called Mosaic Church, and as we explored together what it might look like for them to be adopted into Liberti, it soon became clear that God intended to answer our prayers for space and their prayers for stability and leadership through one another. In March of 2024, Liberti welcomed the people of Mosaic into our church family as we took on the responsibility for an incredible 600-seat facility on 5 acres of property that we now call home together. As we look to the future and as God continues to build His church here at Liberti, we see a church that has put its roots down deep in this part of the Gold Coast that is known for lifting the name of Jesus high in our city for generations to come. A church that treasures both gospel doctrine and gospel culture, where people are known for their love for Christ and their love for one another. A church that seeks to bless our city with good news and good works in the name of Jesus. A church that continues to send out healthy churches all over our part of the world. A church convinced that in Jesus, we have everything we need for every day ahead of us. So onward we stumble.